Morning, morning, morning. Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a few minutes. It takes a minute for YouTube to recognize what we're doing here. All right, let's get this going here. Let's get this going here. Got a lot of exciting things to talk about today, too. All right, let me just move this here. Good morning, Brian. How are you? Hopefully you're doing great. Let me go ahead and make sure that you guys can see my screen. All right. Good morning, Dr. Serena. Good morning, Flying Ronan. Cam, good morning. Good to see you here. Timothy, how are you? Excuse me, I still have my little my cold. It's just a cold, but it's, you know how it is. Hope everyone's doing well. Before we begin, just FYI, very, very, very important announcement. Folks, we're on a brink. Literally, I'm not kidding. We are on a brink of our 100th trade win in my Trading Pit program. Join me at 1 p.m. today Eastern Time. It's going to be very, very cool. And don't forget, I have my VIP room before that at noon. So the live class will happen at 1. We're going to celebrate some winners today. And we're going to have a live class. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be fantastic. We'll talk about a lot of goodies. I know a lot of you are in that program. So today, Trading Pit program at 1 p.m. and at noon, VIP room. Good morning, and good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. We got Dave, we got Donald, we got Satish in here. We got Ben. Drink ginger lemon tea 3 times a day. That's actually what I'm doing right now. There you go. I'm doing exactly that. Thank you for the tip. It's just honestly, it's just a head cold. I mean, I wish all my colds were like this. This is the first cold I've had in 5 years, 5 or 6 years, by the way. It doesn't happen very often. All right, all right. Good morning, Daniel. All right, now that most folks are here, let's get started. I have a lot to talk about today, including giving you guys 3 sectors that I want to talk about. And we got a lot of stocks on my hot list to the downside. We're cooking with gas today. So starting off overnight, the Nasdaq is down about 8 points. The Dow is down 36 points. The S&P is meeting us in the middle right here. We're going to open up a little bit lower. Not a big surprise. Actually, not a big surprise after yesterday. The market was kind of wobbly yesterday. Didn't give us what we wanted. Also, look at the bond market. Folks, I hate to say this to you, but the stock market derives most of its directional bias from the bond market. We are now below the 200-day moving average, and we're almost at this level here. Now, bonds can do one of 2 things. They can start filling this gap up, bouncing around here, giving us another headache, and then coming down, or they can come down straight. I have absolutely no indication of which way they're going to go, but I think ultimately over the next week or two, the trajectory is going to go down. So today, if you see a little hump up and starting to fill this gap, don't get too excited because we're still below the 200-day moving average. Does everybody understand what I'm saying and where I'm going with this? I want to make sure you guys are clear on this. Don't get too uppity yet on the stocks because the bond market is still below the 200-day moving average. Speaking of the stock market, you could see here we're still above the 8-day EMA on the broad market, and this is a bullish market. And after a pull up like this, typically what we see is a consolidation. Yesterday, we definitely saw a consolidation. We saw an inside day. Today, I don't know if the stock market's going to go lower or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another day of basing, maybe a little bit lighter sentiment. Because yesterday was a little more bullish than I expected, actually. If you look at the NASDAQ, you will see the NASDAQ is also ready to consolidate. It's trading clearly. Look how we bounced off yesterday. This bar right here, look how hard we bounced off the 8-day EMA yesterday. That's telling us that buyers are still in control, okay? And you could see here that it doesn't look like we're in a hurry to fall off. So more likely than not, we're going to see consolidation. We're not going to see a breakdown in bonds. I think if we would have seen a breakdown in bonds, it would have already happened. And also, we don't have a lot of major Fed data today. Remember, folks, the key here is to put everything together. It's not just one thing, it's everything together. So today we have a bunch of Fed speakers, but Powell kind of took the air out of all of this, right? We're not going to get shocked. I mean, if they say we're probably not going to have a rate drop in March, the market's not going to react because Powell already said it. And same thing yesterday. So I think Powell, by going on 60 Minutes and by being actually pretty transparent, I can't believe I'm saying nice things about him. But by doing all of this, he kind of took the air out of the Fed speakers, because what are they going to say now? Well, we already know. We already know what you guys are going to do. Powell's the head. He already told us this. So I don't think, unless they're going to start saying some really crazy stuff, and I'm not seeing it, I'm just not seeing a big price discovery. And this is good for the market because it'll allow the market to really show its hand. Now, looking at the blue chips, just to kind of give you a little idea of where we're at right now, blue chips are down too, and blue chips are actually right at the 8-day EMA. So it looked like for a few minutes there, it looked like last week. Good morning, Marina, Scott, Daniel. Good morning, and good morning. It looked like for a minute there, blue chips wanted to lead, and then they faked us out again, and now they're lagging behind. Not by a huge margin, but they're lagging behind. So again, something we have to pay attention to. Now, what are the three sectors that I'm laser focused on today? All right. Healthcare. Healthcare doesn't seem to be mining the higher rates. It doesn't really impact. I like healthcare a lot. My cold is better. Thank you, Marina. My cold is better. I am feeling a little better today. I think last night was my turning point, if you will. But thank you. I appreciate you asking me. You're so sweet. So right here, I think right here, we got some more upside on the healthcare sector. I think SMH, now today's going to be a make it or a break it day. I think semiconductors were a lot stronger than expected yesterday. It kind of surprised a lot of traders, including myself. I wasn't expecting this at all, but this is a pleasant surprise. This shows that chip stocks have more resilience than we expected. That's one of the reasons why I did an income trade yesterday on another tech stock as a bonus for you guys during the session for weekly cash flow. I don't want to get into it right now because it's still a live trade, but you guys know what it is. Either way, you could see right here that semiconductors are looking really good, healthcare is looking really good, and consumer staples. Let's take a look at consumer staples. Consumer staples were down yesterday. Chip stocks were up, consumer staples were down. But if we start seeing a breakdown, and I don't know if we will, but if we start seeing a breakdown in QQQ, in this sector, you will start seeing market cap moving into, yes, Daniel, we'll talk about that. We'll see market cap moving into consumer staples. Basically, don't write out consumer staples just yet. And to the short side, here's one sector that this is a solar ETF. It's just looking nasty. And I'm going to be selling. Folks, I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing like shorting solar stocks. Those big cap solar stocks, when they break down, they sometimes move intraday $3, $5, $8, like levels. So I'm not going to miss that out. A lot of solar, interest in solar stocks. As far as the economy is concerned, we already talked about the Fed. We don't have big reports this week, which is why I think that's one of the reasons why I think we're going to give the market a chance to really show its hand. The bond market is going to be a doozy, and we're going to be watching to see if it breaks or goes up. If this goes up, it's going to give tech stocks another chance to rally hard because there's an inverse relationship between technology and the treasury notes. But with that said, keep your eye on the treasuries. Very, very important. Volatility via the VIX stalled out yesterday. I was thinking that VIX was going to go up yesterday. It really didn't go up nearly as much as I thought. So investors are not very nervous just yet. And also, by the way, I'll talk about it right now. The Fed data has been pretty stable. It's been pretty good, actually. It hasn't been that bad. Where did all my markers go? All my markers went away. Oh, well, I'll have to do it off the top of my head. Good morning, Jim. How are you today? So starting off this morning, we got fresh batch of earnings. These are the earnings that we've got on the table today. We've got Lilly, Amgen, UBS, British Petroleum. Guild, CMG, Fortinet, Ford, Spotify, Enphase, solar stock right here, guys. That's a solar stock. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I'll be watching this very carefully. So earnings, broad market earnings are going to be moving the market today. Not really Fed data, but broad market earnings, and not Fed officials, because as I said, Powell took the air out of everything they have to say. Nvidia climbed, got upgraded, really, really good. I like that a lot. I may do a trade on Nvidia today in the weekly cash flow. APD plunged over 15%. I told you to short that stock a long time ago. In terms of economic data, ISM manufacturing was at a 4-month high. ISM service was at a 11-month high. Look at that. We got Jim Walgora and Jim White, 2 Jims. Welcome, Jims. So Fed data is coming out. That's the thing. In light of everything, when I thought that the Fed data was going to slow down, Fed data did not. Fed data is coming out okay. Kashkari talked yesterday. Basically, no rate drops. He's going to a lot of considerations. Goolsbee reiterated his desire to observe more favorable inflation data. They're not ready yet. They're just not ready yet. And look at here, 16%. Who would have thought? Went all the way from 70% or 68% to 16.5. Who could have seen that coming? That was rhetoric. Or as I mentioned, we've got earnings on a lot of stocks, and more importantly, broad market, healthcare, biotech, healthcare, cars, tech, consumer. So, industrial, and consumer, but that's all consumer. Europe giving us a little bit of tailwind. Their oil giant, BP, British Petroleum, did pretty well. One of my wife's best friend's husbands works for that company. He loves the company. China closed sharply higher, giving us finally a little tailwind. A little bit of tailwind. Good morning, Dave. I heard it's raining in California. What's going on? Japan closed lower as investors opted to lock in profit. They're really following U.S. Real wages declined for a 21st consecutive month. I think it's time they start raising rates. I really do. Tesla slid 2 more percent. I was going to sell puts yesterday on Tesla, and Matt stopped me and said, there's going to be some more negative news. You better wait. And he was right. UPS, we were talking about bearish on the stock. It may give us another a chance to sell it short. Also look at FedEx. It's at a support level right now. FMC, we've been talking a lot about this stock. And as you can see here, we've got a lot of earnings. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you see a lot of monkey business over the next few sessions. Talking about sectors, let's just take a look and see where our sectors have been. And let's see what's been leading the last few days. Look at that. They look at a week ago. Energy, consumer staples, financial. Look at 2 weeks ago. Let's go 1 week ago. That's 2 weeks ago. Semiconductors, technology, QQQ, Russell 2000. And today, semiconductors. We're going between blue chips and tech, blue chips and tech, blue chips and tech. And they just can't make up their mind. They literally can't make up my mind. So again, you got healthcare, consumer staples, but you also have semiconductor. What did I tell you are the 3 sectors that I'm focused on today? Semiconductors, healthcare, and consumer staples. I know it's a really weird mix, but we got to deal with what the market's giving us. Again, Russell 2000 is doing bad. The fact that the Russell 2000 is doing bad is telling us that this rally that we saw in the market is not the real deal. For the real deal, we need to see the Russell 2000 lead, and the Russell 2000 is not leading. Notice technology. Interesting, right? Semiconductors are up here, but technology's down here. Totally fragmented market. QQQ is now down here, and it hasn't come up. So it looks like chip stocks are starting to go up again, but not broad market tech. Now, I'm going to say this again. A lot of times when I say chip stocks are moving, a lot of you get really excited. Oh, I'm going to start buying Microsoft. No. The rally is not in tech. The rally is in chip stocks, not software. So be very careful. But again, today you want to watch out for semiconductors, healthcare, and consumer staples. These are going to be the 3 sectors I'm going to be looking for long trades. To the downside, basic materials look crappy. Real estate's not looking good because interest rates are going to stay longer for a while. There could be some good potential downside moves on real estate, home builders, and retail. Those are very much impacted, excuse me, by interest rates. Financials should be okay. The Dow should be okay. Again, keep your eye on the relationship between tech stocks, broadly speaking, the QQQ and the blue chips. Right now, it's a complete mixed bag. Complete mixed bag. If I had to bet, I would say that blue chips will begin leading more because the Fed gave us an indication that they're not going to move as quickly as we would want them to see. So that would naturally give me an incline that tech stocks will move lower. At the same time, we've been having such positive news on chip stocks, and chips are used in every industry right now, not just technology. Also, AI data has been very positive. Chip data has been very positive. And I'll tell you the truth, earnings on these stocks have been amazing. So we're having a little outlier right now, but don't confuse a chip rally with a broad market tech rally. It doesn't look to be one right now. The market is pretty broad right now. Okay. Now, all right, let's go with what everybody's waiting for. You guys are waiting for me to give you my picks for today, and I'll tell you which stocks I'm liking. Let's do the short side first, okay? I'll go quickly through this. APD, there may be more downside. Let's take a look at the chart. Oh, I sound worse than I feel. I think there may be more downside here. If you notice, we're coming down to this level, and looks like we're actually breaking down this level right here. If you notice, we're already below this level. I think there could be some more downside potential. I would wait. I would wait for us to break lower, but more downside on APD, downside on Southern Company. I think the stock can come down. Albemarle, I almost gave you a trade on this yesterday in the VIP room. Timothy, good morning, Timothy. Ask me in the VIP room. I'll talk about it. Bearish, bearish, bearish. Albemarle, bearish. What are you so obsessed with Moderna for, anyways? It sounds like you're looking at individual stocks, not, Timothy, each stock represents a move out of 10,000. That's how you have to look at it. But you keep talking about Moderna. Is there something about Moderna that is there something that particular about Moderna other than the fact that you have too much of it and it's going against you? I know that's why you're asking me. So it's a tricky question. I want you to think about this question because I think I just gave you an answer about Moderna. Yeah, you have too much. You're asking about it. This is the fourth time you've asked me about it in 2 days. When people start asking me about particular stock, it tells me that they're focused on that stock. If you're focused on a particular stock, that means you're not really focused on the market. You're focused on that stock. And that stock has very little to do with whether you're going to make money in the long run. I say a lot of things, Timothy. I didn't say it was going to be a great stock. I said it's a top seasonality stock. Yeah, you gotta listen to what I'm saying. And I'm not picking on you either. There's a lesson here. You're too focused on one stock. Don't argue with me. I know I'm right and you're wrong. I've been doing this for too long. You're too focused. You're vested in that stock. You're vested in that stock. Okay, let's continue. That means you're not trading. That means you're investing. Okay. I gave you the seasonality window for that stock. It's between the 1st and the 9th of February. No, but I want you to understand what you're doing, and it's a fundamental flaw. All right, Albemarle, Triple M. I think about each stock for about 10 seconds a day, max. Right here, more breakdown levels. Although, be careful, look at this. If it takes out this level right here, it's going to go all the way down right here. I like that. Triple M. Can't fool me, Timothy. I've been doing this for too long. More downside for Charter, I believe. Oh, if this has to break below the averages. If this doesn't break below the averages, it's not gonna be good. AEE. Look at this baby go. That's a weak stock. LPG. Murphy Oil. One of my assistants wants to come in here. Hold on one second, folks. Look at this. Look at this troublemaker here. Look at this guy. It's a troublemaker, I tell you. All right. That's Bonnie. DGX. That's right. You are a troublemaker. This one thinks it'll come back all the way down to the base. And last one. Finally, there's some shorts to look at, man. Hey, Alexander, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing, man? How have you been? You used to come to the VIP room. What happened to you? Hopefully everything's good and hopefully you're making money. Roddy, thank you for that wonderful email. Roddy's sent me an email, said that I participated in most of those 100 trades and I made money on most of them. All right, now let's talk about the long side, okay? TSM. I like the stock. I came this close to buying the stock yesterday for the pit. I'm actually showing you all the stocks that I'm looking at right now that I'm really hot and heavy over right now. All right. CRM. Alexander, are you in the trading pit or in any of the programs? I'm just curious. Salesforce starting to come up again. Look at that. Above the 8-day MA could be potential play right there. PSX. Murphy to the short side. Phillips 66 to the long side. Look at that. It's a good stock right there. GoDaddy, especially before the Super Bowl, it tends to rally before the Super Bowl. It's a season. I don't know why, because I guess that's where they made their big announcement. Look at right here. It consolidated, made a new high. Consolidating, made a new high. Consolidated, made a new high. Slowly but surely. Costco's still in play. Not as many tech stocks. Not as many tech stocks. Look at that. This is a beauty. It hasn't had a parabolic move like that. See that? See, when they move like this, they usually end with a big parabolic move like that, and it hasn't had it yet. So there's potentially could be more upside when I'm seeing a move like that. And yes, what I just explained to you is worth its weight in gold. Please watch carefully. On my main craft and have calm time this morning. And good, Alex. Good. Costco. I like Costco. I really do like this stock a lot. Even if you're not even for a day trade, but even for a swing trade. Beauty. Look at this beauty. I mean, this is a beauty. And look at the volume yesterday. Oh, there's some good stock, good opportunities again in front of us. This is good. I'm getting excited about this. Frog. Have you ever heard of this stock, JFrog? I've never heard of this. Look at the volume, like a classic pickup in volume. Look at that. It's a beauty. NTRA. That is nice. What does this company do? Diagnostic, medical. Yep, healthcare. Biotech is, by the way, in the same category. And last but not least, Dick's. I still like Dick's. I went to Dick's Sporting Good at the mall on Sunday with my wife, and they were packed. The whole mall was packed. I like the stock. I do. I'm starting to like a lot of. It makes me feel good because I'm seeing a lot of potentials for myself. Options are how far ahead on these. On these, I would go about 10 days. And if they don't do anything within 3 days after you getting in, 4 days after you get in, I would just dump the option. Now, if you're in the stock, use the stop loss. But if you're in the option, 3 days, 4 days, if they don't give you any soup, get out. Now, before I let you guys go, let me just say one thing. And have you guys ever dreamed of racking 97 winning trades? 97 winning trades out of 100. That's pretty impressive. And I told you I was going to do it. We've done exactly that. Thanks to a groundbreaking tool that I've developed. Let me just post this right here. We've done it. We've executed. And now it's your turn to get in on the action. I'm gearing up for our 100th win in less than 3 months, and I want you there with me. I'm not going to promise any future gains, but I'm rolling the red carpet out at 1 p.m., not 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, making the countdown to our 100th win. That's not all. I'm also going to be unveiling my top 3 predictions for 2024 and my number 1 stock pick all on the house. This event is definitely one you do not want to miss. Check it out. It's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I genuinely want you guys there. Here's the link for that. And here's the link for, if you guys are new and if you're not in my VIP room, I go through this in more detail at noon with a lot more. I spent about an hour and 10 minutes. If you guys haven't been there yet, like this channel, subscribe to this channel, and visit my VIP room. I will see you guys at noon in the VIP room. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at roger@rogerscott.com, and I'll talk to you all later. And I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon, morning, and night. Bye, guys. I'll see you at noon today. Have a great day.